Shalom, shalom, shalom. All your praise and glorification to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I'm back there, YAHAWAH, back there, YAHWASHI. Call name YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And the praise and glorification to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And of course, in the march of the Apostle Milson, teach you well. And the main topic of the lesson is love your enemy. What does it mean? No? And can you curse/hate an Israelite? No? So I'm going to go into that real quick. No, and the answer is yes. You can hate an Israelite, but yeah, I understand what the word hate means. Hate doesn't mean just absolute hatred, and you despise them and you want to kill them or whatever the case would be, you know? There are multiple levels of hate, you know? Like, for instance, you can hate eating bananas, but doesn't mean that you want to kill every goddamn banana you see. No, you just don't like bananas. Well, I hate cantaloupe. Doesn't mean that you want to fucking burn down every cantaloupe tree. No, you just don't like it. Arena, but let's read this. Luke 6, verse 27. By saying to you, which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. Now this is talking about the Israelites. Read Leviticus 19:17. But no, that's not the main point. Talking about the heathen. No, because we know this is talking about Israelites. But the key point is what type of Israelites. You know? No, because even in the Israelites, they're not. There's Israelites in there. They're not really even your brother. No. Let's prove that real quick. No, because just because someone is an Israelite doesn't mean that they're your brother. No, or family. No. Matthew chapter 12, verse 48. But he answered and said to them that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand to his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Well, whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same my brother and sister and mother. You know? So that's your true family. That's your true brotherhood. Of those who are in the ministry, man. Which is true. You know? Why? Because only at the end of the day, they're your real family, man. You know? They're the ones you really have a connection with. You know? The people of the world, you don't have a connection because only you're separated from the world. You know? No, you're connected with the people in the body. And that's what YAHWASHI talking about in Luke 6. The people in the body, you know? Not people outside the body, people in the body, you know? You know? Now, when we say we hate Jake and despise Jake because we don't like Jake. No, in this truth. When you're in this truth, man, you don't like Jake. You don't like being around Jake. You don't like looking at Jake. You don't like even acknowledging that Jake exists. You know? Because these niggas are despicable, man. No? And when we say that, niggas get butthurt. Oh, you guys hate your brother. Oh, you guys hate your neighbor. Blah, blah, blah. You know? Rah, 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 and all that shit. But really, when we say hate, we mean in the sense of loving less. Let's get this one. Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sister, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now let's get the word there for hate. Does it mean hate in the sense of you want to fucking break every bone in his body? You just despise your mom and your dad and your sister. You just hate their guts. Does it mean like that? No. Here's the word there for word hate. The word mesio means to hate, pursue with hatred, detest, to be detested, to love less. No? To love less. No? Let's see what it says out here. Wrong one. No? To love less, to postpone in love or esteem, to slight. No? Let's look at the word there for to slight. Let's see what that means. No, to slight. No, insult someone by treating or speaking of them without proper respect or authority. Uh, well, you don't do that, of course, to your parents, but you know, it basically means to be critical of them. And to be critical, you know, not disrespect. Because you don't disrespect your parents, obviously, you know, but you be critical with them, you know. You don't be all lovey-dovey with, you know, with your mom and dad not in the truth, you know. You don't be all trying to hang out with them and all that stuff, even though, yeah, they're the parents. You know, you may interact with them time for time, you know, but you don't always want to be around them, you know. Same thing goes with your sister, or your mother, father, you know, even your own children, you know. If they're not in the truth, you don't want to be around them 24/7, man, you know, because they're corrupt, you know. And that may be a hard pill to swallow, but hey, that's a pill you have to swallow, and it's truth, you know. And only as time goes on, you'll start to accept it. You know, not, you know, as time goes on, you see, you know, that they're corrupt, man. In the spirit, man, they're corrupt, you know, and you just accept it, man. You know, it is what it is in this truth. Now, you can't be all lovey-dovey with the people of the world, man. They got to corrupt you. You know, we had to be holy to YAHAWASHI. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, chapter 6, verse, wrong one. It's 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 15. Let's get that. Verse 14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? What communion have light with darkness? Or what concord have a Mashiach with Belial? Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel? No, so you should have no part with someone who don't believe. We should have no part with someone who is not in this truth, man. You know? Because old man, they're not in the truth. They're not in the truth. No, they're corrupt, man. Their mind is spoiled, man. In heart, in mind, in spirit, they're spoiled, man. They're unclean. And as someone who is clean by the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you should have no affiliation with them. No? For your own purity's sake. You know? Most people don't want to accept that because that's, no, it's, how you say, uncomfortable. No? To be an outcast, but hey, you gotta be an outcast in this truth, man. You can't be out this world. That's John 15:18. But going back to the point, it means to love less. You know, so that's what we do with these jakes in the world. We don't like being around them. We detest them. You know? Now, and detesting something doesn't mean it's bad. Like you just want to kill that thing or lie on that thing. You know, again, like detesting, I don't know. You think of a fruit you don't like. Like you detest that fruit, right? Like you detest goddamn fucking oranges or whatever. You know? If you detest it doesn't mean that you want to burn down every tree that has an orange on it. No, you just don't want to be around it. You don't like it. No, you abhor it. And abhor is not a bad word either. No, you just don't want to be around that thing. You know? Like you abhor your woman when she's on a period. I.e. separate yourself from that woman. You know? You know what I mean? Well, that's what that means. So when it says love your enemy, they're talking about people in the truth. You know? No, people in this with and not understanding, man. You gotta love them, man. No, even if you don't you don't particularly agree with your brother. No, you're not in the same I say wavelength for it. He does something that you don't like. Like you still gotta love that brother, because only that's your brother at the end of the day. You know? No, that's your family. You know? So you can't hate that brother in your heart, man. You know? You can't curse that brother, you can't do any of that shit, man. Because that's what niggas do in the world. You know? Much rather you gotta love that brother. Verse 28, Luke 6:28, bless them that curse you, and pray for them that despitefully use you. No, so you gotta love that brother, man. even if he don't give you that same love back, you know. Now, and to a lesser extent, we do this to Jake in the world, you know. No, Jake's in the world, who come and get, who talk shit about us or whatever. Hey, man, we don't give a damn, man. No, we guys, in this truth, we had to deal with niggas, in the world, and sometimes niggas, they want to be an asshole and jackass. No, you shouldn't be trying to be a jackass back, especially with Eve, because Eve, or with a goddamn slick mouth, want to talk shit. No, you shouldn't be talking shit back. No, you let them talk shit. Just let it go. And get those prayers to YAHAWASHI, I'll give those prayers to YAHAWASHI, man. No, you shouldn't be trying to get your lick back, because that's a wicked-ass mentality, trying to get your lick back, man. Getting niggas in the world, man. You gotta accept the load. You gotta take the load sometimes. That's basically what Yahushua is saying. Verse 29, and unto him that smiteth thee on one cheek, offer also the other, and him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also. So if a nigga want to fucking, some nigga wants to steal your chick, some nigga, let's say, let me give a situation. If some nigga just randomly wants to fight you, I don't know, drunk or some shit, you shouldn't try to kill that dude, okay? Should get that dude off you, and imprison that dude. Well, you shouldn't be trying to, press charges against that dude, try to get everything that nigga's worth, Now, if we leave vengeance to YAHAWASHI, man, because normally at the end of the day, they are Israelite, Even with these other Israelite groups, they talk all sorts of slanders against us and lie on us. No, but we don't take it to heart, man. We take it as the badge of honor. No, we don't try to lie against them, persecute them, try to get them fired from their jobs and some shit. No, we just take the low. That's what Yahushua is saying. No, take the low. Just take wrongfully. Leave it to YAHAWASHI. Now, again, can we curse an Israelite? Now, if an Israelite's in the truth, I'm talking about the real truth anyway, not some fake ass nigga, No, your brother in the truth, you can't curse that dude, man. You gotta pray for that man. Even as a man, there's something wrong against you. And the father you, or let's say you gave brother some money and he didn't pay you back. You can't wish death upon that dude, man. You can't curse a dude. That's a wicked ass nigga shit, man. That's having hatred against your brother, man. Now, in the case of a nigga in the world, some Jacob, some 2/3 in the world, you can send curse against that nigga. Shit, our forefathers sent curses against 2/3. Let's show you that. And the Lord didn't have a problem with it. That's why he allowed it. The Lord didn't have a problem with it. The Lord was fine with it, man. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 18. Even Paul did that. Read 1 Corinthians 5 about the dude who had sex with his mother. They literally set Satan on that nigga who had sex with his mom. They quite literally sent Satan on that nigga, for judgment, man. They sick Satan on that nigga, which he deserved. He was sleeping with your goddamn mom and shit. The hell's wrong with you? But it's Jeremiah 18 and 19. Give heed to me, O Lord Yahweh, and hearken to my voice. Hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them, and to turn away thy wrath from them. And the Lord literally told Jeremiah, don't pray for these people. Don't even lift a cry for them, because the Lord got to destroy these people. So instead of lifting a prayer for them, here's what Jeremiah did. Therefore deliver up their children to famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword. Let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword, in battle. You know? Hey, that's the judgment that Jake had to deal with, man. You know, and this is Jeremiah wishing a curse on these niggas, man. Hey, these 2/3 are gonna get judged ain't goddamn way, you know. But these 2/3 gonna get put to death anyway. So cursing them not gonna make a difference. They gotta get cursed regardless. So hey, you wish a curse upon a nigga, wish a curse upon a nigga, you know. You know. At the end of the day, remember they're not your brother, you know. They're not your brother. They just some nigga. Now of course you can't curse your parents. No, that's a law. Straight up, that's a law. You can't curse your parents. You can't curse your parents, you know, which trying to wish death upon you, which is wicked. Nigga shit, but you know. But other than that, you know, other people of the fucking world, hey, you wish death upon them, huh? Shit. You know? Ask the Lord to judge their ass, because they deserve it, man. They deserve every last ass whooping that they deserve, man. So, hey, it is what it is, man. You know? But low when you're fight. So, like, low when you're fight. I didn't want to make this too long. No, it's just a quick little information video for your brothers and sisters out there. Low when you're fight, causing your praise on vacation to YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and Shalom.